All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all like Akim Akwath, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. Another video through the Spirit. All right, in this one, I'm going to be showing how AI, and as AI, short for artificial intelligence, and algorithms are targeted to be discriminative towards so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, especially and specifically toward so-called black people. All right, and I have another clip that I believe I did a video on it, at least over a year ago, but I just became aware of this clip and it links up perfectly. Y'all, you got to remember, these systems were created by this devil. So is his technology, this NWO that he wants to fully propagate, it wouldn't be to none of our best interests. It would be designed to oppress us on every level. So you best believe, oh my gosh, fuck, yo, that's a nigga next to me in the lane next to me. If this devil is racist and he hates us, all right, he'll make his technology to do the damn same. All right, here it is. This guy got cameras that can see from outer space down here on the earth, that can see a booger in your nose. But here it is, a camera can't tell the difference from one black person from another. Yeah, whatever. All right, let's let it play. We'll get some scripture. This is your brother Malak from GMS Detroit. I'm just going to show you how, quite frankly, his technology, his AI, even itself, AI and algorithms are racist. All right.
Lived like rats in the shadows, hiding, starving, or worse, captured and put into camps for extermination. Into a broken world, ruled by the machines.
And this is the world that Esau wants. All right, he wants to be the top elite that are running the show with his super technology and our asses slaves and whatnot.
It's no secret. Platforms like TikTok and Google know us better than our friends or family do. That's because these companies are collecting a huge amount of data as input for their AI algorithms. The problem is, AI can manipulate human behavior. Yes, manipulative marketing strategies have been around for a while, but when you combine them with AI algorithms, you can get a seemingly perfect framework that targets users more effectively, and it's harder to detect. Black people are constantly targeted for online disinformation. They are used as a tool to stir conflict related to the racial divide. In this video, we are going to talk about different problems posed by AI. First, how the AI designed to flag hate speech is actually increasing racial bias. Second, how AI puts out misinformation about black people. And lastly, how AI bias caused 80% of black mortgage applicants to be denied. So, let's begin. It might sound cliche, but AI is transforming every aspect of our lives, at home and at work. AI can learn to identify vulnerabilities in human behavior and habits, and use them to influence our decision-making. Even if AI doesn't have human-like emotions, its capabilities are much more profound. AI plays a central role in online platforms. It is becoming, if not already, a key tool for shaping online information spaces. Thanks to AI, online platforms can now directly influence our thoughts, opinions, and expressions. This causes a number of problems, one of which is the reckless spread of disinformation. And while AI can be seen as a potential antidote for disinformation, the fact is, AI makes this problem worse. This spread of misinformation acts as a powerful and very effective distraction for creating chaos and conflict. And what better way to plant disinformation than with racial bias and cultural identity? So, who is often right in the middle of it all? Black people, of course.
A black software developer.
And so I'm letting this all play out, Basically, Esau has designed these programs to target us in our posts and our videos and articles. That's why it's our videos that get took down. Here it is, we can put up the same post as, CNN, but our videos and whatnot get post channels deleted. Why? Because literally, y'all, his technology is designed to target us. All right. Matter of fact, let me get this out of the book of Sirach. This man himself is evil. Nothing that he can ever create will be good for us. He is evil, therefore his fruit is evil. Everything that he puts his hand to. Sirach 34 and 4. It says, of an unclean thing, what can be cleansed? And from that thing which is false, what truth can come? All right. So this man, Esau Edom himself, is a demon. And everything that he puts forth out his hand to becomes demonic and anti-Israelite in nature. He's a demon. So he touched the food. Now what does the food do? It fucks our bodies up. He's a demon, and he's put his hand to the air. Now what's up with the air? Now it's bad for your respiratory. He put his hand to the water. Now the water ain't no good. Whatever this man touches, he corrupts, and it cannot be fixed nor changed because that is his natural nature. All right? Let's let it go.
Named Jackie Alcine realized that when Google Photos used AI to categorize his pictures, they sorted images of him and his black friend into a folder titled Gorillas.
In the last few years,
even the goddamn AI is calling us gorillas, man. Come on, man. What we do to you, computer? What we do to you, iPhone? We your #1 customers. You know, ain't that some shit? You know, I saw this yesterday after camp. I was like, man, I'm doing a video on this. Even the goddamn microprocessors is calling us a fucking gorilla. Come on, man.
there have been many attempts to detoxify the internet, but how do you really detoxify it without limiting free speech? Platforms like Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook are counting on AI to help stop the spread of hate speech on their networks. This is how it's supposed to work. Complex algorithms use natural language processing to flag hate speech better and faster than a human hand. But research shows that AI designed to flag violent or racist speech could be increasing racial bias. Here is how. Study shows that leading AI models for flagging offensive speech were 1.5 times more likely to target comments posted by African Americans. They were also 2.2 times more likely to target tweets posted in African American English. And you guessed it, this is the most common language used by Black people in the United States. Think about it. Most of what is considered offensive is based on social context. Slurs used in some setting, like the N-word, may not be considered offensive, but the algorithm will flag them. That's because AI doesn't know the context of the comments it's reviewing. It works with data, but if researchers are finding
right there, the AI doesn't understand context. Jake, he'll use the so-called N-word as a term of endearment, but the way that this devil has it set up, if he sees it anywhere, he'll just flag it. And this guy, this is on purpose. He knows what he's doing. He has set up his entire system against us, which, are people that are going to fall and take the mark. It is not to your benefit. Those who take the mark, hey, we're going to have to get that in second entrance. You're going to be had in derision, man. None of what he does or has is going to work to any good for us. All right?
Laws in this data, then this could pose a serious threat to the tech industry. Many activists are also accusing platforms like Facebook of using strict speech regulations on Black Americans instead of white Americans. In one case, a Black woman, Mary Canty Merrill, was banned on Facebook for posting the same "Dear White People" note that countless other white people posted without getting banned. Students from the University of Washington wanted to dig a little deeper and see what is considered hate speech on Twitter. That's because many of the political conversations are happening on this platform. They collected over 100,000 tweets that were flagged by humans with labels like abuse or offensive. The results were mind-blowing. Tweets posted by the Black population were 1.5 times more likely to be considered offensive. Experts then used this data on larger scale models and found that these biases only increased. The students then decided to take on a different approach.
So I just bought a Starbucks.
Decided to take on a different approach. They encouraged workers who labeled the exact same data to consider the user's race and dialect when flagging a tweet. When moderators knew more about the person tweeting, they were less likely to flag their tweet. Therefore, racial bias against tweets related to Black speech went down by 11%. So basically, you can have the most sophisticated neural network model, but the data is biased because humans decide what is hate speech and what isn't. Okay, so hate speech.
Right there, the data is biased because humans decide what is hate speech and what is not, which is why we constantly get flagged. Here it is, we'll talk about slavery or our mistreatment or poverty, and we'll get flagged because he deems it hate speech or he'll deem it misinformation. All right, so I got another clip, and you can come watch this video. You type it in. Matter of fact, okay, here we go. This is going to segue into the next clip. All right.
0.5% of fake accounts, 96% of sexual activity or adult nudity, and 86% of graphic violence. But AI is not perfect. There is still too much disinformation, most of which is aimed at the Black community.
Just last year, a man named Robert Williams was...
And this is the guy we're going to be taking a look at very soon, Robert Williams. And it's funny, he's actually out here in the Detroit metro area, specifically in the city of Farmington Hills. For probably about a 20-minute drive. This is a wealthier Black man got accused of a crime because of AI, and we're going to look at the effect that it had on him and his family.
arrested for stealing 5 watches because facial recognition technology decided his ID matched a photo of the thief. There's just one teensy thing, though. It was not him in the photo. According to a federal study on facial recognition, Asian and African American people were up to 100 times more likely to be misidentified than white people.
Now, misinformation doesn't only
So now let's go look at that video. All right, I'm gonna get this real quick in second address. All right, our people who trust in this devil and his system, when he goes to implement his new world order, they're gonna be disappointed, none to say the less. All right, they're gonna have to deal with that cancer sore, and they're gonna have to deal with the missiles ultimately. All right, but this guy, his plans for the new world order don't include being nice to the so-called minorities, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He doesn't give a damn about us, and that's why it doesn't ever benefit to sell out, y'all, because you got to remember, the person you're selling out to, they probably don't give a flying F about you. All right, second address 16 and 69. And they that consent unto him shall be had in derision, and in reproach and trodden under foot. All right, and matter of fact, verse 68, it says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. So the wicked of our people, when this society collapses, when the mark is introduced as the saving haven, many of our people being idle, in which literally to be idle meaning just standing around not doing anything, but in this term, they're without Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. They're without the true power. They're out here in the world, bugged out and bullshitting. So when this man presents his mark, when he presents his system and way of life as salvation, our people are going to fall for it. And what does it say? And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. So those of our people are going to be destroyed ultimately by what? The fire. All right. They're going to realize that they made a mistake. And our people, look at certain Jake that's higher up, living good in the world. They got their business suit on. They're in these tech companies, bald-headed, no beard. A nigga might be married with his punk-ass wife. They own a couple businesses. They sitting up, proper, upright speaking niggas. Not being ghetto doesn't mean you're a sellout. I will say that, because being ghetto doesn't make you real. But you know the difference between, a motherfucker that's honorable and a motherfucker that's just a sellout. And these wicked of our people that are sellouts, they're going to realize that they made the wrong fucking choice. Because the devil is going to turn on them. All right? One more, and then we'll go to that clip. Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as a chase road, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee every one into his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So our people that are allied with this guy, they're going to fall, and they're going to fall horrendously. They're going to realize they made the wrong choice. All right, trusting in this man's technology and his ways of life, his holidays, his apparel, his mindset, our people are completely Hellenized, and it's all going to come back to bite them here soon.
So when we get to the interview room, the first thing they had me do was read my rights to myself and then sign off that I read and understand my rights. A detective turns over a picture of a guy inside Shinola, and he's like, so that's not you? I look. I said, no, that's not me. He turns another paper over. He said, I guess this not you either. I picked that paper up and hold it next to my face. I said, this is not me. I was like, I hope y'all don't think all black people look alike. And then he says, the computer says it's you. Your nose is red and your lips is red. Say, ah.
See, this is actually funny, this guy, I don't know his background like that, but I remember this video a little bit. But he's a decent, well-off-to-do Jake, right? Good job, making good money. Farmington Hills ain't no broke nigga city. There ain't a whole lot of niggas in Farmington Hills because That's the city you gotta have money. They don't even got sidewalks out there. If you don't got money, you're not gonna be out there, right? He went and got him a white woman, got him a nice house, so he's living that good life. But guess what? You can't escape the curses. You can't escape the fact that you're a nigga here in their world. And at any time, they will come put the clamps and the snap down on you. And his technology is also geared to do so, Jake. This is not our rest.
You got a tooth coming in.
No.
Yeah, you do.
Your
tooth tastes like pineapples.
I am not a pineapple.
At that time, no. I didn't know that they used any type of facial recognition or anything like that until talking with the detectives who showed me that's what they used to apprehend me, if that's the right word. In the morning, everybody gets dressed, everybody gets ready. Alyssa leaves and takes Rosie to my mother-in-law's. And then I drop Juju off to school. It's just a boring Thursday, right? We're on the phone with Alyssa around 4. So then my line clicks. I click over. I'm like, hello? The guy's talking like he knows me. He's Robert. And I'm like, who is this? You need to come down and turn yourself in. Who is this? Oh, is there somebody from the 3rd precinct? And I need to turn myself in for what? So he's like, I can't tell you that. I'm like, then I can't come down. Well, if you come down, it'll be much easier on you. You don't want us to come out to your job, do you? At this point, I think it's a prank call. So I'm like, look, man, if you want me, come get me, I'll be at home. Bring a warrant. And I hang up on him.
My mom got home with Rosie, and we were walking through, and as I was walking through, I looked out, and the cop car was outside, and I said, oh, so it wasn't a prank call. There really are people here. They came to the door. I answered it, and they kind of stuck their foot in the door and said, send Robert out. And I said, he's not here. And they said, we just saw him come out of that van. And I said, that was my mom. He's not here.
I'm just like, this will probably be over when I get there. It's got to be a mistaken identity or something. I don't know why Detroit police are at my house in Farmington Hills. I pull in the driveway here, pull up in my regular spot, hop out. By the time I close the door, the car is in the driveway blocking me in. And they park this way, across my driveway, as if I'm going to back out or something and try to take off.
As soon as he shut the door, they were right on him. And I was in here still because I had the girls. And I tried to tell Julia to wait here and Rosie to wait here while I was going to go outside. And of course, they didn't want to do that because they were confused. They could tell something was not right. And they were already starting to cuff him by the time we get out there.
I was completely shocked and stunned to be arrested in broad daylight in front of my daughter, in front of my wife, in front of my neighbors. I can't really put it into words. It was one of the most shocking things I ever had happen to me.
And it's one of the most shocking things he's ever had happen to him because he forgot where the fuck he stand. All right, and many of our people have forgotten who the hell their enemy is. All right, so I'm just fast forwarding. Basically, y'all, the AI, apparently niggas all look alike. Here it is. This guy has technology. He got guns that can bend around corners. Technology that can, hear your conversations from miles out. That can get your heat signature through walls. Yet, all Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we all look like Jamal. we all same couple people. He went to court, sued, all this, all that. So, he didn't end up dying, and he didn't end up spending the rest of his life in jail. But I'm just bringing us out to show you, if you didn't know, his AI, there's a reason why our videos get took down, our channels get flagged, suspended, all this and all that. They're literally designed to target us by way of how we speak, and they think we all look alike. All right.
Hey, don't get up.
or hurt or kill.
It's already done. The damage is how they're processing it. Check them. How much do they think about it? How much have they told their friends?
I'll just use this right here. All right, let me use that as a screenshot. There we go. You know, hey, this man, he's not playing. Jacob is playing, but he is not playing. All right, I just wanted to get this real close. So let's swing back to the other clip.
Doesn't only target political movements or activism, it also affects our education. Black history has been so consciously suppressed over the years that many of us don't know our full history. We know about major events such as enslavement, Great Migration, and the Civil Rights Movement, but there are many stories lost to history. That's exactly why we made this YouTube channel, to share our true story. If you'd like to support this movement, click the link in the description below. It's to the dark side of AI, and that's mortgage algorithms. Today,
That's you know, he made a good point. Another thing with this guy's technology, he's using it to wipe us of our history. All we know is that we were slaves and now we're in America. He doesn't want us to get back in touch with who we are, which is being the Israelites, the children of Israel, under Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And this man has crafty counsel. Was that Psalms 83? You know? Hey, look, there's a reason Microsoft didn't come up with the internet so you could do cat videos. This devil, you know, originally was put together as a weapon, but Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai has turned it for our ministry. I'll get this real quick out of Job. And then, you know, ultimately, that, you know, that's the resounding thing about it, y'all. This guy, he set up this internet against us, but the Heavenly Father turned it on him, and we're using it for our use. So how about that? Job 12:16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So although he didn't put this crap out, got our people twisted and whatnot, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai really has him in the trick bag, as our elders and apostles and brothers have been saying for years now. All right, let's come back.
Comes to the dark side of AI, and that's mortgage algorithms. Today, we live in an era where many mortgage lenders have replaced face-to-face communication with algorithms, but AI, in its inherent bias, appeared to be making it harder for minorities to get their home loans approved. The markup led an investigation to find out how AI algorithms affect people of color. Based on the results, 80% of black applicants were more likely to be denied, along with 70% of Native Americans and 40% of Latino applicants.
Ain't that something, y'all? Why is it always those three groups of people catching hell together by way of the so-called white man? Why is it always the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we just saw them list? Why are we the ones always being persecuted and discriminated against and treated like crap by Edom, by the so-called white man? What is going on here? If I didn't know no better, I think they had it all in for us. If I didn't know no better, I think that this was a plot against us and they actually don't like us. You know, we're not making this up, y'all. So now, you know, this is another reason why your black, brown, middle brown, light brown, yellow, high yellow ass can't get a good loan, you know, can't get nowhere good to live. Even the rates are against you, because you got to put in the applications, and the applications are designed not to look for you. They know a nigga name. They know a spick name. All right. They know your county, that zip code when you born, a hospital, and those are places they don't like. Those are people in places they don't like to accept.
There is still a human element to all of this, but most of it comes down to an algorithm. Loan officers get the necessary financial information of a prospective borrower and then input this data into the algorithm. But when you take a look at the bigger picture, you will notice that white families have 8 times the amount of wealth as black families. So when you use the assets and wealth, you are already faced with the barrier that is unfair to the black community and people of color. People who code might be able to change this outcome. It is possible to create spaces in tech where black coders can grow professionally and personally. By advocating for black coders, we can make the tech industry more accessible, flexible, and practical for the black population. Programming and coding languages are a major part of software development technology. To get into coding, you can learn from online podcasts, tech articles, communities, and other.
And getting into coding is not the answer to this. All the technology is corrupted in and of itself. But, you know, that's our people, once again, trusting in Egypt.
platforms such as GitHub, online hackathon, online boot camps, etc. Coding is not only useful within the technology industry, but in many other segments as well, such as marketing, agriculture, healthcare, and finance. So, there are plenty of opportunities for growth. Big tech firms are constantly being accused of manipulating data in one way or another, but this is a problem that extends far beyond the digital giants. When we give AI algorithms a central role in our digital lives, it is important to see how it starts affecting us on a day-to-day basis. For Black people, AI can pose a real problem as it makes it harder to address problems like racial bias. What are your thoughts on how AI affects?
Yep, so that's about it, y'all. I just wanted to highlight this. This is a pretty interesting video, y'all. And you know, these are the type of things that we talk about and that we have to deal with, that guys like Vocab and these so-called Christians don't want to touch, because they don't have an explanation for this. You can't Jesus your way out of this. The very technology that is set up in this fucking country is designed to keep us down, and it's designed to especially target those who talk about it like us. Like he said, our posts are the ones that get taken down first because we're the ones that bring this issue to the forefront. So they try to, that's reverse racism. It's not reverse racism. It's called you fucking us up and we trying to complain, goddammit. We're making our cry to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, so that's about it, y'all. Look at Jake, you know, looking up. All right, our only answer to this is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, so I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakodash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the Lekahim wa Akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Shalom.